That is what we consider the convenient cost because students don't need to deal with that. For example, no credit international student first time getting into apartment, if they want open account with city utilities, typically deposit will be $500 all the way to $1,500. Because they have no credit and city utilities based on their estimation on past 12-month average, and then there's a percentage added on top of that. So that's a big chunk of money. They will get money returned, but that's another trouble process because they will need to return to China way before city utility can turn around that check. They need to get a check. It's an American check. It's a dollar amount. When they bring those checks back in China, there's another layer of trouble to cash those checks in China, and huge costs associated with that. There's one time we got this student, about 6 months later, we become pretty good friend. He told me he just framed the check he received from the landlord and put that on the wall as a souvenir. But that deposit refund check is about $70-some, and the cashing cost is about $85. So it doesn't worth it. After all the math, he just put that on the wall, say, I've been there. So that's pretty much about it. Furniture, city utilities. Besides that, some people may have some other special requirement. We try to accommodate that as much as we can. If we cannot, they'll be on their own. And we accomplish those things within 48 hours after we meet them initially at the airport, basically. That 48-hour golden rule has been pretty successful so far. Reason for that is not because we don't like them, we don't want to spend time with them, we don't have enough information to tell them. Actually, we got much more information to talk about with them. We would like to get more time with them, more hours with them. Unfortunately, during that period of time, it is crazy. We have to turn around very, very fast because there's group after group after group after group. On average, before each spring and summer semester, we get anywhere from 70 to 95, 96 new Chinese EMBA students. And then on top of that, every fall semester, before fall semester, we have another 150 to 250 new Chinese students will rush in for regular transfer programs, undergraduate programs, and regular master programs all around campus. So that is a crazy period for us. That's why we want to turn around very quick. And we do have some tricks. For example, when they are looking for a certain type of apartment, we won't let them go through everything in the market right now. We'll try to limit 3, maximum 4, absolutely maximum 4 options for them because more they look, more they lost. They're under jet lag. Again, new country, new social, new language, new setting, everything new. They won't remember every detail. It's an information overflow. Think about an overheated CPU, in your brain. It cannot function. There were so many hilarious stories happen. There's one that we got one student come in. We show her everything she wants to see. It's more than a dozen, probably approaching 20. And by the end, she said, well, I want that one, and put all features together. We look at our list and say, well, that one does not exist. She just pick all the features she wants, put together, create a apartment unit that she wants the most. Best functions, lowest the price. I said, that one does not matter. She does not believe. And based on her description, we brought her back to the one that, closest to her description. And she will realize that is not a thing. So from there we learn we don't need to show them that many. We have been here long enough to get a filter and mechanism built in. We know what is more important. We're not trying to manipulate them, but we'll try to render the best information to them, help them make the decision. But there's a fine line that we have to be very careful about. That is, we do not make any decision or contractual decision for the students. That will be their decisions to make. That is required because we legally cannot make those decisions for them. They have to. All we can do is provide information, and we'll be very careful not to try to provide biased information because we are a public institute. We have to provide fair, clear, full disclosure from all vendors, let them to pick through. So those are the very brief introduction about my workflow typically. There are more details. Anybody can think about questions. I'm very happy to answer.
So I mean, that's a lot of information. What exactly are you looking for in terms of the program? You're just wanting a filtering process in order to, I mean, we've got the dynamic regrouping process is what you led with. So what exactly are you wanting the program itself to do?
Okay. First thing first, I want a automatic grouping function, at least. That is from the airport, that is for the airport pickup, because student will just submit, we got an online application right now. They need to supply their information through that website, and that website on the back generate a list from a database, provide all the information we want. And student may submit their information at any time they want. And they can book their flight, come in any day, any time. We don't know. So student A may submit very earlier, but for a much later arrival time. Student B may submit very late for urgent pickup, probably next day. Typically, we encourage them to submit the information 48 hours in advance. Not everybody following the rules. That's my first indication who's gonna be my troublemaker for the whole year later on, because people got those behavior turn to got more problem later on. First, automatic grouping is based on the date, time, flight number. Like I said, we got a limited space for the first time international travelers. We have to carefully calculate how much transportation we need, how many manpower we need that night. Top of the line, we got 43 students came in for one evening, 43 of them. And at that time, both United and American allow 2 check-in luggages per traveler, plus their personal items and carry-ons. So that night, we got 3 12-passenger vans and 1 Fisk 35 shuttle with Liberty moving truck on the side. That's how we get everybody back that night successfully. But besides of those transportations, that night we got 12 student workers showing up with, probably another dozen of the volunteer from around the campus. That is organize people in the line, help them to understand the situation, organize them to the truck and then to the bus, greeting them, provide help, assistance, and so forth. But sometimes we have 1 person from this flight, 2 from the other flight. It depends on the interval. Typically, when we say those flights, if they stay on their schedule, hour and a half interval, we'll probably still group them together. Anything beyond hour and a half, we probably set them separate group. We calculate the time and the effort we need with the new students. Typically, they will be checking into a hotel nearby campus. Come back from the airport, help them check in and everything, settle them in, typically take 45 minutes to an hour. And we would try to allow a safe cushion for our drivers, because driving school van is a huge liability issue, which lots of potential risks. We don't want to rush any student driver so that they won't get any car accident driving our school vans or school vehicles. Okay. And also, we need to be careful about if their travelers accompanying our students. We've seen a case, there's 1 student come over with wife and 2 kids. He reported 1, but really 4, and with luggage, it's a nightmare. lucky enough, that night, we have another section that is international program, their van over there, and got only one student in that van, so we got extra capacity to hold them all back. Otherwise, it will be second round with that student, particular student. And it won't look pretty with fuzzy kids. One is 4 years old, another is 5. You won't like it at all. So later on, we add another function, say, there anybody travel with you, part of the information collection. And they need to specify the number of people traveling with them and any special comments. So basically for information collection, we always leave that special comments. If there's anything special, let us know. So that's the first function. The other function will be after they get here, get into a hotel, we need a grouping function. Typically put student into subgroups, like I said, 5 to 10, based on their progress. They have to deal with the on-campus first. If they don't have the on-campus yet, they have to get into the on-campus assignments. Then next step will be, regroup them, say how many of them have already finished the on-campus. They need to go for next phase, like housing apartments. And then go from there, regroup them step by step. Also, we need to assign student worker to them, so there will be a separate database to manage. That is, after regrouping the students, new students, we need to assign student worker to that group. And that happened about 4 hours, 5 hours interval. That'll be in the morning, one group setting, and then during lunch, since they've been working whole morning, we regroup them, reassign student workers. Okay. Toward the end of the day, we need to regroup probably again, see who've done which part, and reassign student workers. And then some people will drag their work into late evening. Some of the student workers could be assigned to that group. Some of them need to be assigned for another round of airport pickup. So it's a constant rolling process. So regrouping function is very much needed. That's for sure. Another part will be information collection. At each different stage, we need to collect their updated information. For example, their bear pass. We need to confirm their M number at the bear pass. We need to collect their